Hello, this is Ryan with Strops Chop Shop here in Kearney, Nebraska, and Strops Dyno and Tuning. Put the air ride on my bike. I reinstalled it, got a new bag. I was riding it last week and heard a little knock, ping, fuel knock out of the engine. I know where my timing's set at, but I took and knocked a little timing out of the timing wheel. Got done doing that. So I thought to myself, you know what? I'm just gonna Google and see if there's actually any videos on the auto tune. And there wasn't. Well, there was a couple, but nothing that was in depth. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through, show you guys a little auto tune session, not with the dyno, but on the road, and going to do it on my bike. So real quick, this is your wideband that comes with the Dynajet auto tune. And you want to know what's really weird? You can buy these through Dynajet. But I did find that weird. That looks like an awful lot like it. Not going to tell you where to get it or where you can get them at. But pretty darn close if you ask me. So something to think about if you need parts. I'm not going to tell you how to get them besides going through Dynajet. I'm sure if you know the websites, you're able to go to them and check it out. And it's a import car. I found that 2007 import car that starts with an N. The model is an S, or a M. Just kind of FYI. So this is the kit we're going to be using. It's the Dynajet Auto Tune kit. It ties into the Power Commander 6. I'll show you guys that. This is the universal kit that will go in your pipe. Seeing as how I have O2 sensor bungs built in my pipes right here and here, I'm just going to take those out, put those in there. I'll walk you through turning the auto tune on. So let's get started, guys. All right. Power Commander 6, Power Commander 5, auto tune. Got the O2 sensors installed here and here. Bank 1, Bank 2, that'll come into play here in just a little bit. I have a 12-volt trickle charger that I plug in here. That'll come into play, and I'll show you that here in just a little bit. But Bank 1, Bank 2, important to keep those two separated in this situation. You might be asking, why do you want to do a auto tune? Well, a couple reasons. For one, it'll give you a really good base map. Give you a great base map to start with to get your bike tuned. A dyno is the only real 100% way to really dial a bike in, car. But a road tune is about the only way you're going to get it to really be rideable, functional, because a dyno can only mimic so much of what your bike, car will go through as it's running. Load, wind, drag, acceleration, decel, all that. Dyno is a really good way to get it dialed in, but a good road tune on an auto tune is what I found to be a key. So we have our O2 sensors installed here and here, here and here. I'm going to show you what I do to put the auto tune on and then turn it on, and a little bit of a base map. So what I did is I put a zip tie at the end of it for bank 1, bank 2, and I'll show you that, like I said, here in a minute. This is what the auto-tune system looks like. It's a can-to-can cable that ties into right there on the 6. I'll install it, show you how it works. Okay, so cylinder 1 right there, zip tied there, comes back here. Cylinder 2 right there, power cable for the O2, for the heaters on the O2. It's not here to look pretty. It's here to be functional because it's not staying on the bike. I'm taking it off. We're not going to use it on the bike the whole time. So you run your CAN cable, plug it in, come up, comes down, plugs into the auto-tune. Auto-tune's powered up, green light's on because the O2 sensor's plugged in to the power, the heater. So if you fire this thing up without your heater, the power being plugged in, it will foul out your O2 sensors. They have to be heated. They have to be plugged in. So it's plugged in, it's consuming energy. So if you leave this plugged in like this, it will kill the bike, the battery in the bike. So just let it, right now, it's just plugged in. I'm going to be starting it a couple times, obviously. I'm going to show you through now hooking up the computer to the auto-tune through the Power Commander 6 and how to turn on the auto-tune so you can have it auto-tune. I'm also going to have my laptop in here when we go for the ride. Okay, so open up your Power Vision, your Dynojet Power Core software. You have to go to dynojet.com. You have to download the app, and you have to open an account with them. Doesn't mean you have to buy anything. You just got to open an account, email, stuff like that. They'll be able to email you tunes and files and stuff like that. I don't have Cam Cruncher on this one because I don't use it for that. On the dyno, I use all these apps, including the Cam Cruncher on the dyno. But here, seeing as how this is my road tune computer, I don't use it. So open up your C3 software, and you're going to get a screen like this because it's not hooked up. Hook it up, you plug it in. I'll show you that right quick. Take your cable, plug it in to the top. Like I said, this isn't here to look pretty. This is here just to be functional. So you heard it. It pulled up my map. You can go up here, hit receive if you want to. That will help. Sometimes if it doesn't pull the data from the Power Commander up, you can hit that. So I'm gonna zoom in here just a little bit. I'm doing this with my hand, so it's kind of tricky here. Go over here, go down to Auto Tune, turn it on. You will get a screen like this. You will go over here, enable Auto Tune, and then cylinder 1 will be input 1, cylinder 2 will be input 2. This is how I do it. You can, if you leave cylinder 1 and 2 on input or sensor 1, it will map to exactly how cylinder 1 is fuel mapped. So that's why I separate them. That's why I have the zip ties on there and there to designate cylinder 1 and 2. If you do it on a 4-cylinder bike, you can do 1 and 2, cylinder 3 and 4 on 2, or you can just do it all as 1. It is completely up to you. I like to try to get it as separated as I can. Digital input 1, you don't need to worry about none of that. Run time is 60 seconds. You can do it on time, temperature. Yeah, just leave all that. I don't even mess with it. Hit OK. It will think about it, and then I always hit send. All right, so we have that. I'm gonna click on here. If you do not put a air-fuel ratio, what you want your air-fuel ratio to be in this spot, click that. It will pull up this. This is just a quick way to do this. So I'm gonna go here and I'm just gonna utilize this one. I'm gonna put this at 12.8. That'll be an idle. 12.8, 12.5. That'll be fine. We're just gonna use this just for testing for right now. I'm gonna go across here and I'm gonna zero. If you do not have numbers in here, it will not read. Hit send. I'm gonna change these because I want this a little different through here. So I'm gonna change these a little bit up. Now we are doing this in AFR. There is Lambda and AFR tuning. You can do it in both ways. You'll just have to convert it. I'm doing it in AFR right now on this setup, on my setup here. I am not using Lambda on this one, just because it's set this way. So yeah, let that. I'm gonna change this cell through, and then we'll go that way. I'll explain the cells, how this works. All right, I kind of changed some things here. So why they call it a map? This is like a map that we learned in school of the US or whatever. And when you, or battleship, if you say like C5, you go up to your C and find it, and you go over here and you go 5, and that's the mark. So this is how it works on a Power Commander 5 and 6, basically. Even Power Vision is the same way. You have throttle position across the top. You can change these locations. This is throttle position across the top, and this is engine RPM. Some tuning uses engine load and vacuum. Some use KPA, some not. Some use Lambda, some use AFR. This system's using AFR, it's using throttle position and RPM. So if you move the throttle, you'll see that little tracer moving, okay? And that will give you your position on the map versus throttle. So what I did, I changed this to a little bit leaner through here. Now in AFR, higher the number, leaner the fuel. Lower the number, higher the fuel. So you'll see down in here, I don't like that. For 13.1, 13.5 is really good number to be shooting for. It's a little lean, but it'll be okay. This has got some internal engine work done to it. So I'm gonna change some of these to 13.2, and you can scroll through. I'll show you here, hang on one second. So you can just highlight like that, and you can do that. Obviously hit send, and we're good. Okay, now I'm gonna scroll this back up here. I'm just gonna show you, it's gonna make a change. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start the bike, I'm gonna run the bike, and I'm gonna watch for those. It'll sit here and just kind of bounce in this area. I'm doing this just to show you how it works. You don't want to mess with your tune at idle. You want to leave it alone. Anything in the 0%, you really want to leave it alone. I'm just put those numbers in to show you how this all works. Make sure to hit send every time. And we'll fire the bike up, let it sit there and run. I know you won't be able to hear me with it running, so I will show you on the video how to receive it, where it goes, and then I will transfer it over and show you. So I don't know if you can hear me on this, but I'm going to try it anyways. So see here, underneath the primary fuel adjust tab, go over here, and it's already, you hit receive, and it will make a correction. So by making that correction here, what you do is you go up to map, hit map, and accept fuel trims. Hit that, you'll get this window, and hit yes, and now it's zeroed it. Okay, it's all zeros. God, I wish this could focus. So you go back up here. Now I'm just showing you how this is working. If you go to your base map, it will apply it to your base map automatically. So see there, it already applied it to the base map. So that's how you do that. Now, obviously, I'm going to take it for a ride. Okay, so I don't know how much you heard of that, but by going to the receive, let's see if it'll do it. It may not. Okay, it won't. If you go to the receive, it will give you a auto tune trim. Then going up here, accept all fuel trims, you click that, it will add it to your base map. Okay, so that's how that works. I'm gonna go take it for a ride. I'm gonna zero that back out in the idle spot here. I'm gonna try some other things right quick, see if it works, but I'm gonna zero this out because this has got a big bore kit in it, so the idling is going to be a little different. So because of that, so anyways, I will do a little tuning on the idle side, and next thing we're gonna have it off the lift on the road. We'll do it that way. All right, back from a ride or two, back on the lift, and I did ride it. You can hear it. Don't have my straps on it anymore. Okay, what we're gonna do, pull this out, turn on your laptop, then hit your receive like we did last time, and it populated numbers. Okay, this should be for the front. This will be for the rear cylinder. So they are different. Then, like I said, you go up here to map, accept all trims, accept all, and it zeroed it back out. Go back here, hit your send. There you go. So that's basically auto tune in a nutshell. Like I said, what it does, it changes then this base tune on the front and rear cylinders, and then you have yeah, so that's what it changes. This here is just fuel adjust on your primary, but I don't mess with that too much. Go back into calibration, or sorry, configure. shut off your auto tune, hit OK, it'll think, hit send again, make sure. Calibration, this is just to do your throttle position, gear selection if you hook up your gear shift to it. Everybody asked me about Rev Extend. Rev Extend doesn't do anything on this, on the Power Commander 6, unless you have the Extend module. So I just leave it disabled. Map switch, obviously when you do a auto tune, make sure to shut your map switch off. Just go to disable. Startup fuel, you can mess with that. I select you would not want to do that. Quick shift, that's another one that you can put on there. So your speed limits, ignore it. It's built all into your computer and on your bike. So there you go. That's it in a nutshell. Hope this helped. Then when you get done, what I like to do is go through and let me get all this stuff cleared out of here. Go down here to my target AFR and zero everything out. And then I'm just gonna hit this. Select all, zero, send. That way it cannot try to learn anything in those cells. So there you go, guys. Hope that helped.